Hello Internet Allies, how are you doing? So recently I attended my first ever Pride event, which was really exciting. It was the Pride event in Manchester and I had a really nice time. So what I wanted to do was talk a little bit about my experience at Manchester Pride and also talk maybe about some tips that might have helped me going into my first Pride, that might help some people who may be new to Pride or might be considering going to Pride in the future, not too familiar with it, etc. So here we go. So first of all, I'm going to start by talking about my day at Pride. It was really nice. It was really nice. So I went with my best friend Josh, and I actually met one of my TikTok friends for the first time there as well, Dean. Yeah, who was really nice in real life as well, just as nice as he is over TikTok as well, which is great. It was really lovely meeting him. So what me and Josh did first of all while we were waiting to meet up with Dean was we went to the Friends Cafe in the Primark of Manchester, which was pretty cool. The Central Perk in Manchester, which is pretty cool. Like, you know, it's really cool little cafe and everything. We just had a hot drink there just to wake ourselves up a bit. Then after that we met up with Dean to watch the parade and whatnot, and I filmed a lot of the parade, so you'll be able to see some of those clips now. There we go. really enjoyed the parade, really enjoyed watching the parade. It was quite a tiring day. After that, Dean left us and we ended up just getting a bite to eat from one of the stalls that was in Manchester. I don't think it was part of the gay village, but like it was like kind of in the city centre and whatnot. We had lunch at one of the stalls there, one of the pop-up stores, which was really nice. Very spicy food though, I'm not gonna lie. Then after that, we just had a bit of an explore around really. We found this Pixel bar, which was fun. So it was like a gaming bar and they served us drinks that came with a free Pokemon card. I got Mr. Mime, because why not? I think what I would do though, I'd recommend you book a table, because then you get access to like all the cool games, all the cool like, you know, modern games and whatnot. So yeah, like, you know, so it would have been cool to play Super Smash Bros. I didn't really know that you needed pre-book tables or whatever. It's a bit like other game bars I've been to, but a bit more organised, which I kind of like. And, you know, it's got some really cool like artwork on the walls as well and stuff like that. And then after that, we just kind of went home, because I think we were both very tired, me and Josh. But we had a really great day. Like, we didn't really go to see any shows or really go into any of the gay village or the gay district of Manchester. We didn't go to Canal Street or anything like that. I mean, I think with a lot of the bars and clubs and the live events, you do need to buy a ticket for. We didn't buy a ticket because we didn't really know how long we were going to be there. And you know, we were just kind of like sussing it out. It was kind of like a bit of like a research, a bit of like a taste of pride, if you like. I think I was feeling quite anxious leading up to the day, because, you know, I'd never met Dean before, and there was just like a lot of other things. You know, I was worried about the crowds. I was worried about a lot of things. I was worried about, like, you know, if people would be a bit too, you know, unfriendly or aggressive towards myself or Josh or whatever, or kind of acting a bit unfriendly or inappropriate. I was kind of a bit worried about those kind of things, but fortunately none of that really happened. Everybody we came into contact with was really nice. It was really nice just seeing like a whole celebration of Pride. Like, I really enjoyed seeing the parade and just like seeing like all the wonderful outfits everybody was wearing and what like different companies were doing for Pride and how they were kind of promoting Pride as well, and just sort of like the inclusivity of it all and the diversity of it all as well, and, you know, celebrating Pride in all its forms, which is really, really great to see. Now I just want to talk about a few tips that, you know, probably would have helped me going into my first Pride. That might help some of you guys who might be going into Pride in the future, who may not be feeling too familiar with Pride, if that makes sense. So the first tip I'm going to say is to not go to Pride alone. Because, yeah, I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much if I went on my own, and I think I would have felt like really quite anxious and kind of very like awkward and out of place and stuff like that. Maybe try and find like other people other communities and whatnot. You know, make friends online, try and find like online communities or local communities that, you know, celebrate, you know, LGBTQ plus stuff, that are thinking of going to Pride and stuff like that, or going to Pride events. I think that helps you to feel a bit more relaxed, feel a bit more at ease, feel like less alone. Just kind of going with somebody you trust, going with a friend, even supportive family members if you have them. You know, anything like that. You know, I think like, you know, I'd rather go not by myself, if that makes sense. I think as well, going to Pride with somebody you trust or somebody you know, I think what's also helpful is if you go with somebody or tag along with somebody who knows a bit more about Pride than maybe you do. They can like kind of give you the best advice of places to go, things to do and whatnot, you know, what you need tickets for, and, you know, general best viewing spots of Pride and whatnot, watching the parade and stuff. I think the next tip I'm going to say is, for watching the parade, get there early to get a good viewing spot. The next tip I'm going to say is that there's lots going on at these Pride events. Very busy places, lots going on. But try not to get too overwhelmed by things. You know, like I think in the past, one thing I felt like is, you know, I want to kind of like do everything kind of thing. But you know, just kind of take your time, do as much or as little as you want to do. Don't force yourself to do anything more than what you feel comfortable with. And don't let other people force you to do anything you're not comfortable with. Another thing I will say is that like we're doing as much or as little as you want sort of thing within, you know, Pride, within like, you know, the gay villages, etc., or the gay districts and whatnot of Pride. I would say, like, also, you know, you can take yourself out of that setting if you want to, you know, if you want to kind of have a bit of a break from it all sort of thing, and try and find maybe somewhere quieter in wherever you're celebrating Pride if you can. I mean, Manchester was pretty busy wherever we went, but you know, we were able to find some quieter spots and whatnot, and I'm kind of grateful for that, to be honest, and stuff, because then you're not too overwhelmed. And also, when Pride events are on, it seems that like it seems that like, you know, the whole city's celebrating anyway, sort of thing. You know, there's flags up everywhere. So, you know, it still feels pretty inclusive anyway, sort of thing. And, you know, you can just celebrate Pride, you know, wherever you are in that city. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be where all the hustle and bustle is. It can just be wherever you are and stuff like that. And you know, with your group of friends and whatnot that you go with, or your family that you go with and stuff like that. You know, people you trust. Next up, you know, go prepared. It's quite exhausting, Pride. I find it quite exhausting. You know, so make sure you take water with you and whatnot, especially if it's like a hot day. Like, you know, it was quite warm when I went to Pride, so yeah, like make sure you kind of take refreshments and whatnot. I think if I was to go to another Pride event, I think I would like to stay for longer. So I probably would end up buying like a weekend ticket so I could see more shows and whatnot. And that gives you more time, so you're not really too worried about, you know, sort of catching trains back or whatever, you know, not too worried about sort of trying to fit everything you want to do in a day. So I would say that, and you know, it gives you more time to relax and prepare from one thing to the next kind of thing. You know, so, you know, you can book a hotel or maybe stay with somebody who lives locally to that area. You know, somebody you trust or whatever. I will say I really enjoyed Pride in Manchester, and I'm really looking forward to the next time I get to go to a Pride event, wherever and whenever that may be. I would love to go to maybe London Pride one day, Brighton Pride, or even Disneyland Pride. That would be freaking awesome, to be honest. Disneyland Pride in Paris, that'd be awesome. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know what you think of Pride events, and what you like and dislike about them, or whatever tips you may have that might help myself or other people. Hope you're on a wonderful day. Until next time, keep smiling. Bye.